Unit 7, Task 2.1. This is Anne's view.
Basically, my view is that robots are likely to create more, not fewer jobs in the future. This is because if you start using robots to produce goods, although you might have to lose some jobs at first, the ones taken by the robots, the goods you produce are likely to be cheaper and better quality than if they were produced by human beings. The result of that will be that there will be an increased demand for the goods. This will mean expanding existing factories or setting up new ones and equipping them to meet the demand. All of this will create new jobs, of course. But the biggest expansion in jobs is likely to come as a result of the extra demand for services and other goods created by the cheaper and better goods the robots produce. For example, if you produce more competitive cars as a result of using robots, more of them will be sold, and so you will have an increase in demand for the services needed to keep cars functioning. Repairs, petrol, spare parts, and so on. Also, people will get out and about in cars more, so the leisure industry will probably expand, and so on. All this will create more jobs. So, in a nutshell, my point is that although you will lose the jobs that the robots take over, the higher standard of goods that the robots will produce will create a lot more jobs in the long run.
Now listen to Paul's view.
I think that robots should be resisted at all costs. If robots start to take over more and more jobs in factories, there will be mass unemployment. They have a very dehumanizing effect. A lot of the pleasure you get from the workplace comes from the company of other human beings. Imagine trying to discuss football or gardening with a robot. The very thought of it makes me feel ill. And then, how do you control them? I remember reading a novel by Asimov where the robots got clever enough to outthink the humans, and they took the whole country over. You see the same kind of thing in films like 2001. Yeah, maybe they would make some goods like cars cheaper, but what value would that have? Who wants even more cars on the roads, ruining the environment? But the main problem, as I've been saying, is unemployment. Just what are you going to do with all the people the robots throw out of work? And it won't just be blue-collar workers that lose their jobs this way. You'll also get people like bank clerks, petrol station attendants, train drivers, and so on, being taken over by robots. And what about trade unions? They are a very important way of ensuring workers' rights are respected. But if you let robots in everywhere, you soon won't have enough workers to make the trade unions viable any longer. And that will make it even easier for the robots to take over everything. So, that's my view.